Hi, I'm Imogen from Atelier Méandre, and today we're doing a bit of a different thing. I'm gonna organize my yarn stash. It's something I have to do and I should have done a long time ago, and I thought I could bring you with me so that I could show you what kind of yarn I have. Let's get started and see where I put all the yarn, and there's a few different spots. Let's see that. Okay, so first I have some yarn into cupboards right here. I have my book cart just in front of it. So yeah, there's a few sweaters and whips as well. The sweater are for unraveling, but I haven't done it yet. And there's a few balls and skeins in there. And in the next cupboard as well. So here in the cardboard box, in the paper bag, and in the clear plastic tub. Then I have a few yarn on display right here above my books. Here, and some cones and cakes here. Then there's what I'm currently using that's resting on the table and on the desk as well. So I have on the desk what I used recently and I haven't put away. And then finally I have a tub right here that I haven't put away because I don't know the content of most of the yarns there, so I'm not sure yet what I will keep, but that's what we will determine together today. I think that's it. I shouldn't have more yarns anywhere, but I'll check and then bring all the yarns in the same spot. Okay, so here is everything, I think. There's a bunch of yarn under and above each other, so we can't see everything. But that's the amount I have, which is, I don't know if it's more than what I thought, but it's definitely a lot. So now we need to go through everything. If I have a current whip associated with it, put it on the side, and then decide on what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna donate or sell. Because when I first started, not even when I first started, but I started to buy yarn on Vinted and didn't read the description and labels quite as well as I would do now, and I have a bunch of acrylic that I don't really like to work with and don't work for what I want, so I might try and pass it on. Some of them don't have labels, so I'm gonna do a burn test, and yeah, we have some work to do. Okay, so now it seems worse. Everything is out of boxes, so I can know what everything is. I actually realized I forgot about something. I'm gonna get it with you in a few moments. So here is everything I haven't any plans for, or any precise, like definite plan for. This is everything for the current project that actually started. So that's a bunch of yarn and a bunch of project I need to work on. And this little part here is the project I know that I want to do, but I haven't started yet. There's one last amount of yarn right there above, because it's wool, and I didn't want the cats to go into it and munch on it, so I put it high above. So we're gonna get it and add it to the rest. Okay, so we're gonna sort what is in that bag in the piles. The first one is the black wool, and it's a current whip, so it goes on the whip pile. And both the other little baggies are without a project, so it goes there. So yeah, I'm gonna start with making a box full of the yarn for the current projects, so it's accessible and specific box or bin for the current whips, so I don't have to rummage through everything and I can keep it tidy for most of the time. So let's do that, and I might talk through what each of the yarn is for at the same time. So I think I need a big box for the current whips, because there's quite a lot, and I have the Cat Afghan project I talked about in my podcast. I'll link them above. So that's quite a lot of yarn for that specific project. I don't think I'm gonna use it all, but as I'm gonna make 5 or 6 repeats of the pattern, I don't know yet how much I need, especially since some of the yarn I have way less of, but I don't mind changing some of the cat's colors as I go up into the pattern. So yeah, I'm gonna get a big box. Up, so here it is, and I think I'm gonna be strategic about it and start with the project I worked the least on, to go into the ones I worked the most with. So I have chenille yarn for a plushie, obviously, amigurumi, for myself, a black cat, hello baby. So that goes in the up. This is a secret project. No, it's a gift for someone in my family, so I won't tell much about it, but you'll see more of it in a few weeks, I think. And this was the start of something that I tried for all time this summer, but didn't have time to finish. So I'm gonna keep it with the whip yarn, but I'm not sure I'm gonna work on it right now or ever, actually. But for now, I still want to put it to the side. Next, we're gonna start with what I will use the least. So I think this is a whip I forgot to talk about in the last podcast, but at the same time I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue with it or forget, so I'm gonna put it in the bin, and when I have more time to think about it, I work on it. I'm not even sure the bin is gonna be enough. Then This is for a UFO that I want to finish one day. That I'll probably finishing my web series. So that goes in there as well. Next, I think we're gonna put the cat afghans yarns in there, and I think it's gonna be full after that. Even before I get to all of them up. I don't want to push on it too much, so what I might do is just put both baggies on top of the lid so it stays there. Up. Okay, so that it is it for the whips that I worked the least on, and we're gonna take a I could also put them on a shelf so that I can access them easier. We're gonna try that. So I'm gonna put them to the side, and then we'll see what we do about that. Up. Then we're gonna organize the yarn by size, type, like fiber, and there was a third aspect I wanted to select, but it doesn't come to mind, so we'll see about that. So yeah, let's start that. Yeah, the third thing I wanted to use as a criteria is the amount left, whether it's a full ball, a used ball, or even a little scrap. So here we are with a few more piles. Still the sweaters to unravel, they haven't moved. The cones, the full are almost full, but like mostly full yarn balls. The started on yarn balls, small amount, scrap amount, and a few swatches that were in the middle right there. The thing is, for some of the yarn I have a few balls of each, like even more than a few. For some I have like 5, 6, even 10. So I'm gonna make something with the ones that go together, and then we're gonna put that in boxes depending on the amount. I think that's gonna be the easiest, and I don't have enough boxes to separate depending on contents. So yeah, I also need to get rid of some that I won't use. So I'm gonna start with the yarns that go together, that are the same brand, same kind of yarn. Put them together somewhere. Then I'm gonna choose which ones I'm gonna get rid of, and then I'm gonna put it all away. So yeah, I'm gonna try and put the yarns. I have a definite quantity of in some baggies to be able to put them on the shelf on display, because if I don't put them in small bags, they're gonna fall down all the time. Or I might try, yeah, I'm gonna try a bunch of different things. So I'm gonna put them in the box and then bring them to the shelf and try and do something cute with it. I'm as well gonna bring the rest of the yarn from the whips for the shelf, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm not sure it's in the frame, but the pink boucle one. I've done 2 projects with it. I still need a few to finish an I-cord, but I have small balls that should be enough for that. So I think I'm just gonna put them away and try and sell it, because pink isn't my color, and this boucle is quite, it's 80% acrylic and 5% polyamide with 15% of wool, so it's not my favorite at all. And I don't want to keep something that I might use, but it's not my style that much, so I wouldn't use it for myself, and I mostly need for myself or for designs or for my shop, so that would not be useful. Yeah, the whip yarn. These are the small balls for the I-cord. it doesn't matter that it doesn't fit in the tub. I'm just using it to move the yarn from a place to another, so I'm not so as not to have to go back and forth a bunch of times. Okay, so we're gonna bring them there, and I need to free up the tubs. So yeah, we're gonna first work on the shelf, and then we'll find a way to tidy up that amount of yarn. Let's go. So here it is. I don't know what you see exactly, but I have put the cones right there on the shelf, and most of my yarn that's in not sweater quantity, but like project quantities with the whip yarn. I'm not sure I find it quite as aesthetic as I would like, so I might change that later. But first let's deal with what's left. Okay, so first let's choose what I won't keep. Yeah, so this is gonna be the bar. I think it's in the frame. I'm gonna get a lighter. I might need that. This is a candle lighter, but I don't have anything else, so yeah. Those are yarn bands. I think that one is the same, yeah. And I'm not that fond of the color, and it's acrylic, so this is going. This one is acrylic and wool. I'm not that fond of the color, but I really enjoy the texture. Here, I don't know if my head is in the way. Yeah. So I might swatch with it and then see, but I'm gonna keep it for now. This is 100% acrylic, yeah, but I really like the color, and that might be practical for some tapestries. That one feels like acrylic. I'm gonna make sure, but I don't like the color that much, and I don't have much of it. I think there's a bit of wool in it, but not much, and I don't know, I have nothing I could do with that. Then those three, what is it? There's 10% of wool. It's boucle yarn. I don't know, I'm gonna make maybe pile as well. And this will go in it as well. And I have this little scrap, which I will keep anyway because it's too small. So yeah. Then, is this the same one? Yeah. This is the same one. This as well. What else? I need to check the content of this, because white acrylic I won't like keep. I just, yeah, maybe for tapestry, but I have some already, so I don't need that much. Just need to find a yarn hand. Let's see, yeah, here. There's definitely acrylic in it. At the same time, I think there's a bit of wool. So maybe pile. Cotton, 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 cotton. This is some kind of mohair, I think. Yeah, it's 60% acrylic, 40% mohair, so I'm gonna keep. I think this is cotton, but I'm gonna check. But I'm almost certain this is cotton. Yeah, definitely cotton. I don't know if you know about this. The burn test is 2 folds. There's even 3 folds. You need to see how it's burning. So if it stays burning a bit and consumes itself, then it's probably a plant fiber. If it doesn't burn, like if it ignites and then dies, it's probably either synthetic or an animal fiber. Then there's the way it stays. If it makes ash, it's a natural fiber. If it does some plasticky thing, then it's synthetic. And then the third thing is the smell. So plant fibers smells like burning paper, and animal fibers smell like like meat, roasted meat. So yeah, that one smells like paper. So cotton, cotton, cotton. That one I'm keeping. I think that one has wool, yeah. That one, I think there's some wool, yeah, as well. I'm keeping that one. What is it? It's not written, like it's written pure wool, but there's not the amount. I think it's because it's quite old, so it's wool I'm gonna keep. There's a bit of wool, not much, but I like the fuzziness of it, so I'm gonna try and do something with it. I think this is cotton or linen, but like plant fiber. Whoosh. Definitely plant, so I'm keeping. This is 100% acrylic, but I'm gonna keep it first because it's a gift, and that was really thoughtful, and I really like the different colors, and I think I could do tapestry with it. I did one recently. It's not the most like nice to work with, but as there is so many colors and they go so well together, I think I really could do something nice with it, so I'm gonna keep it. This is wool. I can show you, it's a really nice wool, it's undyed. It was a gift as well. So there's, yeah, both kinds. They smell so sheepy. They're really, really nice. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I kind of have an idea for this one actually, but we'll see. And I might use both in the same project, we'll see. It's 100 grams each, I think, so quite a nice amount. Okay, then there's the Fonty yarn that I know I'm gonna keep, some more hair. That one that I found at a thrift market, and it's wool, and then chlorofibre, which is some mix between like plant and synthetic. I'm quite curious how it works up, so I'm gonna keep. And both of them as well. Here. Okay, so now I know what I'm getting rid of and what I'm keeping. So we're gonna start to organize it. This is gonna be the cotton tub. Not sure I have enough cotton though. I might have enough cotton. Try and organize both of them, not together. Okay. The ones I'm not gonna put at the bottom. It's gonna be plant fibers, not just cotton, because I won't have enough to fill it otherwise. that is plant fibers. Up. And then I have 2 more tubs and I need to organize them. Yep. If I could find a divider. Oh, I think I have that. It's a bit big, but if I cut it. Okay, so I still have a few things to put away. I need to put everything away actually, but the things are in boxes. I don't have quite enough. I have a few others used for sewing stuff for now, but that I'm gonna reorganize at some point. Maybe I put some clips in a podcast to update you on what I've changed, but it's not gonna be for right now, like I think a few weeks, if not a few months. So the boxes are cotton and plant fibers, scraps and acrylic, wool and mix, and what didn't fit, especially the sweater or project quantities in 100% wool. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the cupboards, and I think we're gonna be good for today. And I'll give you a little tour of the new organization. And yeah, that's good. I'm happy about that. So here is the final organization. Most of the yarn is in those cupboards. They don't close quite like they should right now, so I might find a way to put something somewhere else, but I actually don't mind that much. I just need to see if the cats use it as an opportunity to go into the cupboards, which would be an issue. So the first cupboard up is made up of the whips bin, the sweater to unravel or currently unraveled but not completely finished. I need to, that yarn right here, I need to soak it to be able to knit with it again. And above it, the acrylic and scrap yarn bin is the plant yarns, some acrylic, wool, the mixed yarns right here, more wool, and that's it for the cupboards. Then above we have the yarn shelves with the more current whips, like the priority ones, and the project quantities and the cone yarns. And that's it. Now we just the cardboard full of the yarn I'm gonna sell and donate. So I put a link, the link of my Vinted in the description if you want some of the yarn. Don't hesitate to haggle a bit and tell me you're from YouTube. Like I don't mind selling them for less. I just want them gone and used, most of all. So yeah, that was it. My yarn organization video. I'm really happy to have done it. I have now a system. I know what I have. I know where it is. So I can now use it fully and know what to use for my projects. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. I'm really grateful that you're here until the end, and I see you real soon in the next one. Bye! Also, I want to mention my hand, like I have some bandages on it. It's because of tendinitis that I had 6 years ago now, a bit less than 3 years. It's been acting up recently, but not because of crochet or knitting, which was the original cause. Like I knitted way too much and with way too much tension. But I'm taking breaks, not stretching enough, but taking breaks. But please be careful with your hands. It's the reason you can do your hobby, and it's really important to take care of yourself. And I'm not crocheting for a few days. The reason I'm hurting a bit more right now and it's coming back is because of my work, which is gonna end tonight. So I'm gonna rest for 2-3 more days, and if it doesn't go, I'll go see a doctor. Please take care of yourself, and I take care of me. Also, I'm completely warm, hot, sweaty, like it's way too warm in Paris, and doing this we're moving around for like 2 hours, it's way too hard. I need to rest right now.